Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to escape the endless noise of the world, those constant thoughts, worries, and distractions, and discover a state of complete peace within yourself? A place where every moment feels alive, where clarity replaces chaos, and where enlightenment isn't a distant dream but a simple, achievable reality? Stay with us as we uncover the simplest path to inner peace and clarity, a journey that begins with a single breath. Imagine standing beside a calm lake at the break of dawn. The first rays of sunlight gently kiss the surface of the water, creating a golden reflection. The lake is perfectly still, no ripples, no waves, just a mirror reflecting the infinite expanse of the sky. Now, imagine if your mind could be like that lake, free from the chaos of thoughts, untouched by stress or distraction. A mind that reflects the world as it truly is, in its purest and simplest form. What if such clarity and peace didn't require years of study or complex rituals? What if it could be found right here, within you, waiting to be discovered? Imagine each breath, each moment, drawing you closer to this state of presence, not through books or doctrines, but through your own lived experience. Welcome to the world of mindfulness. A practice so simple yet so profound that it has the power to transform not just your mind, but your entire life. Today, we will delve into this timeless practice, exploring its principles, its philosophy, and its practical techniques. Together, we'll uncover how mindfulness offers the simplest path to inner peace and clarity, a path that begins with nothing more than the present moment. The practice of mindfulness has its roots deeply embedded in the ancient spiritual traditions of India, dating back thousands of years. At its heart lies the profound teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha. Around the 5th century BCE, the Buddha embarked on a journey of self-discovery that led to a life-changing realization. True peace and contentment do not arise from material wealth, fleeting pleasures, or external achievements. Instead, they come from understanding and mastering the workings of the mind. Through his teachings, the Buddha offered a path to liberation, a way to escape the suffering caused by an untamed mind. These teachings spread across Asia, giving rise to practices such as meditation and mindfulness, which focus on cultivating awareness, presence, and inner peace. Over the centuries, mindfulness evolved and transcended its Buddhist origins. Today, it is a universal practice embraced by people from all walks of life, regardless of their spiritual beliefs. In our fast-paced modern world, mindfulness has become a refuge, a way to navigate the relentless chaos of daily life. Yet, despite its evolution, the essence of mindfulness remains unchanged. It calls us to fully experience the present moment, to live in it with clarity and purpose, and to rediscover the peace that resides within us all. Mindfulness is built on a single profound truth. The present moment is all we truly have. While many philosophies and practices focus on unraveling the past or anticipating the future, mindfulness offers a simpler, more liberating approach. It invites us to let go of these distractions and immerse ourselves completely in the here and now. This philosophy shifts our understanding of suffering. Mindfulness teaches us that pain and challenges are inevitable parts of life, but the suffering we feel doesn't arise from these events themselves. Instead, it stems from our reactions, how we cling to, resist, or judge what happens to us. A timeless Zen proverb captures this beautifully. You cannot stop the waves, but you can learn to surf. In other words, mindfulness doesn't promise to eliminate life's difficulties but empowers us to navigate them with grace and acceptance. It encourages us to embrace each moment fully, whether joyful or sorrowful, without resistance or judgment. By doing so, we create space for peace, clarity, and the realization that life unfolds most beautifully when we simply let it be. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its simplicity. At its core, mindfulness is about one thing: paying attention. But this attention isn't passive, it's a gentle, intentional focus on the present moment, free from judgment or distraction. One of the most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness is through seated meditation. The practice is simple yet profoundly transformative. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit in a comfortable position with your back straight and your hands resting gently in your lap. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, the cool sensation of air entering your nose and the warmth of it leaving. As your mind inevitably begins to wander, don't resist or judge these thoughts. Simply notice them, let them pass, and gently return your focus to your breath. But mindfulness is not limited to meditation. It's a way of living that can be woven into the fabric of everyday activities. Washing dishes, sipping tea, or even taking a walk can become acts of mindfulness when performed with full awareness. As the renowned teacher Thich Nhat Hanh so beautifully put it, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. Every moment offers an opportunity to awaken. When we bring mindfulness into our daily lives, even the simplest actions become profound, and we begin to discover the extraordinary within the ordinary. Mindfulness, once rooted in ancient wisdom, has now gained the attention of modern science, and for good reason. Over the past few decades, research has confirmed what practitioners have experienced for centuries. Mindfulness has a profound impact on both the mind and body. Studies show that consistent mindfulness practice can significantly reduce stress by calming the body's fight-or-flight response. It improves focus and concentration by training the mind to stay present, rather than wandering into distractions. Remarkably, mindfulness has also been shown to rewire the brain through a process called neuroplasticity, enhancing emotional resilience and reducing reactivity to negative experiences. But the true power of mindfulness goes beyond what science can measure. It offers something intangible yet deeply transformative, a sense of connection. Connection to yourself, as you learn to accept your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Connection to others, as you develop empathy and compassion. And connection to the world around you, as you live with greater awareness and appreciation for the present moment. Mindfulness isn't about escaping the challenges of life. Instead, it's about meeting them with clarity and grace, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with a calm and steady presence. Living mindfully is about finding the extraordinary in the seemingly ordinary. It is not about making life more complicated or striving for perfection, but about shifting your perspective. Each moment, no matter how routine or mundane, can become an opportunity to connect deeply with the present. Consider something as simple as washing a bowl. In the rush of daily life, this might seem like a trivial chore to finish quickly. But mindfulness asks us to pause. Feel the cool water running over your hands. Notice the texture of the bowl, the rhythm of your movements, and the sound of the water splashing. This simple act, when done with full awareness, becomes more than a chore. It becomes an experience of presence and connection. Similarly, eating is an act we often perform mindlessly, distracted by screens, conversations, or thoughts. Mindfulness invites us to approach eating differently. Instead of merely consuming food, savor each bite. Notice the flavors, the textures, and the aroma. Take a moment to be grateful for the nourishment it provides. In this way, even a meal becomes a practice of mindfulness, reminding us to slow down and truly experience life. One of the core teachings of mindfulness is the absence of division between the sacred and the mundane. Every act, no matter how small, holds the potential for presence and awareness. Sweeping the floor, folding laundry, or walking to work, all these everyday actions can be transformed when approached with mindfulness. As Zen Master Dogen so profoundly said, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. These words remind us that in fully immersing ourselves in the present, we dissolve the need for labels, judgments, or distractions. We move beyond the boundaries of the ego and experience life as it truly is, raw, vivid, and complete. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require you to change your life dramatically. There is no need to overhaul your routine or seek perfection. Instead, mindfulness asks you to fully inhabit the life you already have. It encourages you to be present in every moment, no matter how ordinary it may seem. Think about your day-to-day life. How often do you find yourself rushing from one task to the next, feeling like there's never enough time? Mindfulness invites you to slow down. Instead of focusing on the destination, pay attention to the journey. Notice the small details that often go unnoticed, the way sunlight filters through a window, the sound of leaves rustling in the wind, or the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves your body. These moments, when experienced mindfully, remind us of the richness and depth of life. Living mindfully also helps us break free from the illusion that peace and fulfillment are distant goals to be achieved. Often, we believe that happiness lies in the future, after we accomplish a goal, solve a problem, or reach a milestone. But mindfulness reveals a different truth. Peace and fulfillment are not out there waiting for us. They are here, right now, in this very moment. This understanding can be profoundly liberating. When we stop chasing after a perfect future and begin appreciating the present, we find that life becomes more meaningful. Even moments of difficulty take on a new perspective. Instead of resisting challenges, we can approach them with curiosity and acceptance, knowing that they, too, are part of our journey. Mindfulness also cultivates a sense of gratitude. By bringing attention to the present moment, we become more aware of the abundance in our lives, the things we often take for granted. The warmth of a loved one's smile, the joy of sharing a laugh, or the simple comfort of a quiet moment. These are all gifts that mindfulness allows us to fully appreciate. Living mindfully doesn't mean life will always be easy or without challenges. It doesn't promise to eliminate pain or hardship. What it does offer is a way to navigate life with greater clarity and resilience. It allows us to respond to difficulties rather than react impulsively. It teaches us to find peace not by escaping life's storms but by learning to stand firmly in their midst. When you live mindfully, you also bring that presence into your relationships. You become more attentive, more compassionate, and more understanding. Instead of rushing through conversations or multitasking during interactions, you begin to truly listen. This deep presence strengthens your connections with others, making them more meaningful and fulfilling. Ultimately, mindfulness is an invitation to live fully. It asks you to embrace each moment as it is, without wishing for it to be different. It encourages you to let go of the constant striving for more and instead appreciate the enough that is already here. Life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful. It simply needs to be lived with awareness. So, as you move through your day, take a moment to pause and notice the details around you. Feel the ground beneath your feet as you walk, the rhythm of your breath as you sit, or the coolness of water as you wash your hands. These small acts, when done mindfully, hold the power to transform your experience of life. Mindfulness isn't about achieving a state of perfection or mastering a technique. It's about showing up for your life, moment by moment, with curiosity and an open heart. As you begin to live mindfully, you may discover that the peace and fulfillment you've been searching for were never far away. They were always here, waiting in the present moment. Life often feels like an endless race. We are constantly chasing the next goal, the next accomplishment, or the next fleeting moment of happiness. Each day becomes a cycle of striving, working harder, planning further, and hoping that someday we'll finally arrive at a place of peace and fulfillment. But no matter how much we achieve, that sense of satisfaction remains elusive, always tied to the next milestone. This endless pursuit can leave us feeling overwhelmed, disconnected, and longing for something deeper. Mindfulness offers a different way, a path that invites us to step off the treadmill of striving and into the stillness of the present moment. It teaches us that peace isn't something we need to chase. It's not a destination waiting at the end of our to-do list or an achievement unlocked through endless effort. Peace is something we awaken to, a state of being that already exists within us when we pause and pay attention. An ancient Zen story beautifully illustrates this truth. A monk was asked, "What changes after enlightenment?" He replied, "Before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water." This simple yet profound teaching reminds us that life itself doesn't change after we awaken to mindfulness. The tasks we perform, the challenges we face, and the routines we follow remain the same. What transforms is our relationship with these moments. We begin to see them not as obstacles or mundane necessities but as opportunities to be fully present, to engage with life as it is. Mindfulness frees us from the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future. We often carry the weight of regrets, replaying moments that we wish had gone differently. At the same time, we project fears and expectations onto a future that hasn't yet arrived. This mental tug-of-war pulls us away from the only moment that truly exists, the now. Mindfulness gently guides us back, reminding us that the present moment holds everything we need. Through mindfulness, we discover a profound simplicity in life. The act of breathing, the sensation of walking, or the warmth of the sun on our skin becomes rich with meaning when we pay attention. Instead of rushing through these experiences on autopilot, we begin to savor them, finding beauty in the ordinary. This shift in perspective is the freedom mindfulness offers. It doesn't require us to change the circumstances of our lives, but invites us to see them with new eyes. This freedom of presence doesn't mean avoiding challenges or hardships. Life will still bring its share of difficulties and pain. But mindfulness equips us with the tools to face these moments with grace and resilience. Instead of reacting impulsively or being overwhelmed by emotions, we learn to approach life's storms with calm awareness. We observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing them to come and go like clouds in the sky. This practice of non-resistance helps us navigate difficulties without adding unnecessary suffering. At the heart of mindfulness is the understanding that everything we seek, peace, clarity, fulfillment, has always been within us. It's not something to be earned or found in the external world, but something to be uncovered by quieting the noise of the mind. When we let go of striving and simply be, we create space for these qualities to emerge naturally. The journey to mindfulness is not about achieving perfection. There will be moments when we lose focus, when our minds wander, or when we feel overwhelmed. But mindfulness reminds us that each moment is an opportunity to begin again. With every breath, we can return to the present and renew our awareness. This practice of returning, again and again, is where growth happens. Living mindfully transforms how we experience life. Tasks that once felt mundane or burdensome, like washing dishes or walking to work, become opportunities for presence. Instead of rushing through these moments, we engage with them fully, noticing the textures, sensations, and rhythms they bring. As Zen Master Dogen said, to study the way is to study the self. To study the self is to forget the self. In mindfulness, we transcend the ego's need to label and control, allowing ourselves to merge with the flow of life. This transformation extends beyond ourselves. When we live mindfully, we naturally bring more patience, compassion, and understanding to our relationships. Our presence becomes a source of calm for those around us, inspiring them to slow down and connect more deeply. In this way, mindfulness not only enriches our individual lives, but also contributes to a more peaceful and harmonious world. Mindfulness doesn't ask us to change our lives. Instead, it invites us to fully inhabit them, to embrace the here and now with an open heart. As you take the first steps on this journey, remember that the freedom mindfulness offers is not a distant goal, it is available in this very moment. The present holds everything you need. All it takes is a willingness to pause, to breathe, and to notice. The journey to inner peace begins exactly where you are, at this very moment. You don't need elaborate tools, complex rituals, or distant destinations to start, only a willingness to pause and be present. Mindfulness reminds us that peace is not something to chase or find outside ourselves. It's something already within us, waiting to be uncovered. It's a practice of fully inhabiting your life, noticing the extraordinary in the ordinary, and appreciating the beauty of now. In a world that often pulls us in many directions, mindfulness offers a gentle reminder to slow down and reconnect. When we focus on the present moment, we let go of the weight of the past and the anxieties of the future. Simple acts like feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, listening to the rustling of leaves in the wind, or noticing the rhythm of your breath can become profound moments of awareness. Each moment becomes an opportunity to wake up to life, as it is, without judgment or resistance. Mindfulness isn't about changing who you are or fixing what's wrong. It's about embracing life as it is, finding joy and clarity in even the simplest moments. As the Zen teaching goes, before enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood and carry water. The tasks of life don't change. What changes is our relationship with them. When approached with presence and awareness, even mundane activities like washing dishes, walking, or drinking tea can become sacred. This practice also extends beyond yourself. When you live mindfully, you naturally bring more compassion and calm to those around you. Your presence becomes a source of peace, inspiring others to slow down and connect. It's a ripple effect. By cultivating peace within, you contribute to a more harmonious world. The beauty of mindfulness is its simplicity. You don't need perfection or mastery to begin. Each moment offers a fresh start. The journey doesn't demand that you achieve a certain state or follow a specific timeline. Instead, it asks that you let go of striving and simply be. In the act of being, you'll discover a sense of freedom, a release from the constant busyness of the mind and the pressures of daily life. As you embark on this journey, take a moment to reflect. What would it feel like to slow down and truly savor this moment? What might you notice if you allowed yourself to fully experience the now? These questions don't require answers but are invitations to explore. Thank you for joining us in this exploration of mindfulness. May your practice bring you clarity, calm, and a deeper connection to yourself and the world around you, one mindful breath at a time.